The message from a dead pilot. The Eastern Airlines ghost flight. December 29th, 1972. A cold night over the Florida Everglades. Eastern Airlines Flight 401 was descending toward Miami International Airport. Everything seemed normal. Until it wasn't. Inside the cockpit, Captain Robert Loft and flight engineer Don Repo were dealing with a small issue, a landing gear indicator light. It wasn't turning on. They thought it might be a simple bulb failure, so they focused on fixing it. That small distraction would cost them everything. While the crew was busy, the plane slowly began to descend. No one noticed, not even the autopilot. Minutes later, the aircraft crashed into the dark swamp below. 101 people died. It became one of the most tragic crashes in U.S. aviation history. But this is where the story truly begins. Months after the crash, something strange started happening. Other planes in the Eastern Airlines fleet began reporting unusual sightings. Flight attendants whispered about it. Pilots avoided talking about it publicly. But the reports kept coming. Crew members claimed they were seeing people on board who weren't on the passenger list. One flight attendant entered the galley mid-flight and froze. Standing near the oven was a man in a pilot's uniform. He looked calm, silent, watching. She ran to get the captain. When they returned, the man was gone. But the description matched exactly one person, Captain Robert Loft. A few weeks later, another incident. A flight engineer was checking instruments before takeoff. Suddenly, he saw someone sitting in the engineer's seat. The man turned slowly and spoke. "Watch the fire." Then he vanished. Moments later, the crew discovered an electrical issue that could have caused a serious fire. The description again matched Don Repo. The reports became so frequent that the airline quietly started investigating. Some even claimed parts from the crashed Flight 401 had been reused in other aircraft, and that's where the sightings were happening. Coincidence or something else? Eventually, the airline dismissed the stories. Officially, none of it ever happened. No ghosts, no sightings, no warnings. But many crew members refused to fly those aircraft because they believed one thing. The dead pilots of Flight 401 were still flying, still watching, still trying to prevent another disaster. And the most chilling part? Every time they appeared, something went wrong shortly after. So the question remains, were they just hallucinations? Or were two dead pilots still trying to save lives?